you've stuck with me this far. Um, if you're watching this, I assume at least. It's been a few weeks where we've been walking through Jesus' Sermon on the Mount in Matthew. And I actually think when we started this, I was not in California. I'm 100% certain actually when we started this I was not in California, but today is the day when we finish. So, our verses for today are from Matthew 7, starting at verse 28. It says, "When Jesus finished these sayings, the crowds were astonished at his teaching, for he was teaching as one who had authority and not as their scribes." And kind of just to break down, to summarize, to go over what that says, is he's teaching as one authority as compared to the scribes. So his authority is being compared to the scribes, and the scribes' authority is all derivative. Okay, it all comes from something else. The scribes, in and of themselves, have no authority. They are just repeating, applying the texts that they have at hand, um, the books of the Old Testament, the Torah, I don't remember the name of the other one. It's gonna come to me as soon as I finish this video, but so they're operating off of someone else's authority, and it's, at least for most of it, it's God's authority. So they're operating on someone else's authority. So their teachings are coming from that. Whereas Jesus' teachings, his authority comes from himself because he is God. So we saw in the sermon over and over again, he said, "You heard it was said, but truly I tell you." And he didn't contradict any of those Old Testament laws and rules, because those were accurate depictions of the will of God. But he went further and he added to them. And you can't do that if you don't have authority. And that's, I think, something that impressed the crowd so much, because he wasn't just saying the same thing they had always heard. He wasn't just repeating the words again and again and again. He was teaching something new with authority. And that's powerful. So as maybe you look back on the Sermon on the Mount, and on the church YouTube page, it's going to be collected into a playlist for you. So all these devotions, they're going to be collected into a playlist labeled Sermon on the Mount. So if you ever want to go back and check them out, if you have a question about one of them and you think a 5-minute devotion will maybe have the answer, you can go back and check it out. So as we look back on it, he taught all of this with authority. None of these are empty words, okay? He meant what he said. And that gives us a lot to live up to. That gives us a lot to strive for, to live for. So I think that's exciting. I hope you do too. So that is our conclusion to the Sermon on the Mount. Join us back here tomorrow for a whole new topic. Very exciting stuff. Brothers and sisters, go in peace. Serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.